What you're about to watch is a special private training session for people who bought a copy of my book, Built to Serve. Enjoy. The theme of today was in the Facebook group, how to create a movement. So that's a great topic. And that's the whole point of Built to Serve. Built to Serve is kind of the, what? Zane's interrupted me already. What?
Join Movement Makers.
Join Movement Makers. Well, you can do that. Movement Makers, if you really want to take it seriously, then yes, Movement Makers is the next step. Zane's he's a member and a big advocate of it. But the starting point, a lot of the ingredients are in Built to Serve. So for Salima, who is asking the question and hopefully sees the replay, a lot of the ingredients are in Built to Serve. So it starts with figuring out your who, right? It starts with figuring out, well, what do you stand for? Because at the core of every successful movement is a core value. Right? By being attached to this movement, I feel X about myself and I want to spread this to the world as well. So I'm creating my belief movement. Zan's creating his confidence movement. You know, that's what we want to spread more to the world. So the core of every movement is your who, is your most important core value, right? And then it's going to get into ultimately content creation. If we're talking about building a movement, this isn't just now helping some of the people around us in our lives, it's creating content, whether that, I'm a big fan of YouTube, obviously, from the work that I do, but I also think it's the platform everybody needs to understand for the long term to build your movement. But then wherever else you're most comfortable, if it's Instagram, I'm a big buyer on Discord right now. I'm a big believer in Discord. You guys need to get on Discord if you're creating your movements. But it comes down to creating content, and the content should make you feel that same belief. Like you're making content that you needed 10 years ago, right? So the content I make hopefully inspires me to believe, and then inspires people watching to believe as well. So that's ultimately the goal. And the more you show up, and the more you create, and the more you produce, and the more you put out there, the more momentum you start to build. You can join Movement Makers if you want. There's a lot of, now we got a bunch of Movement Makers in the house. Evan Tinsman and Lady Lexi, she's waving. We see you coming, zooming in from the Netherlands here. It's dinner time, but she's here with us. Yeah, that's the starting point. So figure out your who, what you stand for. That's what you want to spread to others. And then it's creating content or joining communities to help that spread, so you become the person known for that thing. We could dive into business models and revenue models and all that if you guys want, but that's kind of the my quick take on that, my hot take to start to help you guys build some momentum. Anyway, I want to turn it over to you guys. Questions? How can I help? How can I give some perspective? What are you going through? And let's dive in. Sylvain's got his hand up. Let's go, man. What do you got?
What I've got is, I'm alive, by the way.
There we go. That's a good start. That's a good start, man. That's a great start. So,
no, I'd like you to talk a bit about the super connector and the notion of champions.
Inside corporations, inside, like, what are you trying to ultimately do? So we can guide it a little better.
You know, when I go through your workbook, Built to Serve, at one point, you say get about 50 super connector.
Right, but what are you trying to ultimately sell? Like, what are you trying to build?
I built a network of advisors that I could help them build their own financial product.
Okay, so now you want to think, who are the authorities that talk to financial advisors? Like, so you have an option. You can go one by one, talking to different financial advisors, or by talking to these 50 people, they connect you to thousands of people. Mm-hmm. So these financial advisors, where are they hanging out? Who are they listening to? What training are they taking? Think about it like this. Like, if somebody's going to ultimately work with you, who else are they working with before they work with you? Right? So if we look at Zane doing Built to Serve coaching, before they do Built to Serve coaching, they need to know what Built to Serve is. Probably, right? So financial advisors, before they would sign up and talk to you, where else are they going? Who else are they learning from? What media are they paying attention to? What training are they taking? And what you want to think about is, I need to connect with the people who, when I talk to them and they spread the message, it goes out to thousands of people. That's how you ultimately start to grow. So that partnership model is slower at the beginning because you're building relationships. And then it goes really fast. Like, it's really slow. It feels like nothing's happening. And then when they send that email, or when they feature you on their channel, or they tell their members about you, or they allow you to come and guest train, then it blows up. So, and it works for everybody. You know, who are the people who are selling to your target audience already? They already have the group. And how can you build relationships with them? Now, I struggle with this a lot. I don't naturally think about the relationships that I have. So I had to design a system where I have an Evernote file, and all the people who said, you know, all the amazing things about me that you've kind of seen, I guess, in some places. And also a lot of the people who are kind of behind the scenes who've done a lot of great work and helped me. I just forget to stay in touch with them. You know, I don't text to say, hey, happy Thursday. How's the wife? Wow, those Broncos. Like, I I really struggle at all the small talk and keeping up with things. So I put in my Evernote that every Friday I look at a sheet of my top 75 super connectors and people who've really helped my business. And at least once a quarter, I have to stay in touch with them. And at the very least, normally I can find something like, hey, you know, like Dave Hollis is an example, right? Dave just wrote a book, right? And so, hey, Dave, how can I help with the book? Easy touch point. And, you know, we'll do something together, right? Gary V, he's got a new book out too. I think Monday we're going to do something together to promote his book. Because otherwise, like, he's busy, I'm busy. I love Gary, always happy to support, but I don't like go out of my way to watch Jets games and then ask him about it, right? So I have to force myself. Like, it's super important. It's really, really important. Your network really matters. And if you're not natural at it, then it's just an Evernote file. It's an Excel file. Like, it doesn't have to be anything complicated. It could be your notebook. Just write their names down. And if you haven't been in touch with them for the past quarter, then you find a way to do something. And the very worst case is just, hey, blank, hey, name, what are you up to? How can I support? Like, what's the biggest priority right now for you, and how can I support you? Would be my default kind of blanket. I don't have to use that one too often because I can usually find out. The people in my world usually have something in their Instagram bio that show what they're working on, right? And so it's like, hey, how can I help? You want to come on? You want to do an IG live? You want to do a video together? Let's do something, right? And so it keeps you top of mind. Even when you have nothing to sell, like right now, I don't have anything I'm promoting. When they say, how can I help you back? That becomes a question after, right? Like, when you help somebody, they usually say, hey, Sylvana, thank you. What can I do for you? Right? I have nothing right now that I really need a lot. I'm not in promotion mode. I don't have a new book. I don't have anything I need help with, but I've got people that when I do have something, like, the best time to ask is when you're not desperate, right? You're planting, and then all these crops grow, and then you can harvest them, right? So hopefully I never have to ask, but, you know, at some point something will come up that say, hey, I've got something now. So yeah, it's good for everybody here. Thanks for the question. Lady Lexi in the house. What do we got?
Doing all those IG lives, I noticed that the number of followers are rising, so that's good. But how do I get people to go to YouTube? So I do a couple of weeks. I create these posts, and I always post in the description a link to the YouTube video. If you want to see the full version, either go to IGTV or go to YouTube and follow this link.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, not clickable. So
yeah. No, okay.
What do I do in order to get people to YouTube?
Yeah. Getting people from Instagram to YouTube is actually not a great idea. Even if you put your YouTube video in your bio on Instagram, The problem is when somebody's in Instagram mindset, they don't want to sit there and watch a YouTube video. They're like, quick. Instagram is really quick, right? So if you looked at your stats, you'll find out that the view time on somebody coming from Instagram really sucks. So they're not really helping you that much. The way to get somebody from Instagram to YouTube is through your lead magnet. It's Instagram to email to YouTube. You want to get their email address because when people are looking at their email, they're way more receptive to watching longer form content because it's at their time, right? So if you're going to say, hey, here's my latest video, I'm talking about XYZ, you put that in an email, they can load it when they have the time in their calendar to do it, when they feel ready to go do it. When they're in Instagram mode, they don't want to leave Instagram and they definitely don't want to go watch a long video. So Instagram to lead magnet, the lead magnet should be in your bio line or link tree. So you've got a bunch of them. Get their email and then link that to the video. But I wouldn't worry about trying to get people directly from Instagram to YouTube. The links don't work, but even if they did, they're not going to stick and watch a long video anyway.
So what are other platforms we can use? Is it just lead magnet on all social media platforms, or is there another?
Well, lead magnet. So it's like social media or communities to lead magnet to email to then everything that you want to promote. YouTube videos, coaching, your book, courses, everything, right? So at the top level, Instagram is a platform, YouTube is a platform. You're doing Zan Demand's live, right? There's another platform where people watch. Discord, you could join different communities on Discord. I had a guy, I need to do a better job explaining the value of Discord as well. So stay tuned. Maybe we need to do like a whole Movement Makers just on it. But one of them, Zan's like, yes, you guys can vote. It's on. And we already posted in the Discord. Go vote, Zan. Go vote. Because right now I think the leading one is they want me to talk NFTs. So you can go vote Discord. But one of the members, we're having a back and forth on Instagram. Is like, hey, I'm struggling because different thought leaders want me to be on different platforms. So like you want me to engage on Discord, and Brendan Burchard has Growth Day and I got to be there. And then he didn't name the others. But the difference is Growth Day is great. I've supported Brendan in launching that, but that's a closed platform just for people who are part of Brendan's group. Discord is not, you're not joining Discord only to be with movement makers. And for everybody who's not movement makers, you can join our Discord for free. There's lots of other groups. You don't have to only be in movement makers. It's the best place to be for communities. It's growing every day. And if you are an expert at something, which is what you guys are, it's a chance to share your thoughts and same strategy as creating content. You're just having conversations instead. So what I showed him was he does real estate and he's based out of Colorado. There's a whole bunch of Colorado Discord groups. And I showed him one. It was 10:30 something last night. And I said, here, it's 10:39 Eastern for me. I'm looking at this one Discord. There's 67 people who are in this group talking about Colorado. What's networking 101? You got to be in the places where your customers are. Go in that group and look at how many people are real estate agents or brokers. Probably zero. This is your opportunity to be talking about your community, not hard pitching real estate. Like you don't go in there and say, I'm a broker, buy from me, right? Like it's community. You contribute to the conversation. And just like on the other platforms, you have a bio, you have your face, you have a link. And if anybody in there, either him or his team is contributing and likes that thing, people will click on his bio. And that's who do you use as your real estate agent? The person you like. A commodity service like that. It's the people that you like. There's another group dedicated to the Denver Broncos. Some people who are like, you got to be in Denver and you love the Broncos. It's a football team in Denver. Great. Anybody on your staff love the Broncos? Like get into that group. There's 200 people online right now. Talk Broncos. What are they going to do? who is this person? They're going to click on your bio, click on your link, and that's how you start selling. So Discord is much more than just joining for our group. This is the future of where all your communities will be. So, lady, the lead magnets around what?
Oh, my topic is speaking out.
Okay.
Make sure that you don't keep silent, which can result in hurting yourself and harming others.
Okay. So think about what would a tag be? Mental health? Anxiety?
Yeah, that's the good question. That's what I have been wondering about. I know it leads to depression. I know it leads to suicide. I know it leads to addiction. So, yeah, what is the hashtag? I don't know.
This is what you play with it, right? I mean, Built to Serve shows some examples. The model was Instagram, Twitter, like people are talking about this, but the new model becomes Discord. Yeah. So you find the communities about it. So if I put in, look, I just, let me share my screen here. You can look. I just put in mental health. So this is thisboard.org, right? You should be here because it shows you all of the different Discords around different topics. So, there's a whole bunch. You just scroll and you find these are pages and pages and pages of this Discord server set up with the hashtag mental health.
Yes.
And you can't have a million hashtags, right? So you have to pick the categories that you're going to be in for. So, look at this one. You're never alone. Community support, depression, anxiety, mental health.
Yes. I also use the hashtag you're never alone.
Perfect. Well, there's 524 people online right now.
Okay.
On that Discord server. And they're all struggling with being alone and these things. And they need community support, depression, anxiety, mental health. You go in, you just give love and support and encouragement and help. You fix your bio to make sure a Discord bio link is clickable. And you get a multiple in there, but you have your lead magnet in there.
Yes.
And you start getting leads.
Yeah. Okay. So should I start my own community too, or
I wouldn't worry about your own community yet. Discord is the future of communities. I mean, it already is. It's the present for a lot of communities, but for people 40 plus, it's moving from Facebook to Discord.
Okay. Now then that's my platform.
The point of Discord isn't just to be a part of Believe Nation or Movement Makers, but to be a part of lots of different communities all in one spot. Right? So you could then create your own community. If you're going to create community for yourself, I would make it as a Discord server as well. But I'm not even so worried about you doing that yet. Back to Built to Serve. Fast Pass to Freedom. It's bio, it's link, it's picture, and it's 10 posts, and that's it. And then it's outreach, right?
Yes.
So that's where we're at. I want you to fill your email list. I want people to sign up for your lead magnet. I want you to sell some of your books, right? And then the people who buy it, you could put into a community that you're then supporting.
Yes.
Right? So we're starting, I've got my Believe Nation, which is for everybody. Movement Makers is on there, that's what we're doing a push for November to get there. Eventually this won't be on Facebook anymore. This will be, you guys will all have to be in the Discord to join in for our future calls. but it's, why do it? It's I'm not trying to create more headache for anybody, especially me and my team to then reach out to everybody and say, come on, John Checky, let's get over to Discord. Thumbs up. But it's valuable for you to then be a part of great communities where you can show your thought leadership and start to build your business as well.
Okay, cool.
For anything super quick that I can help somebody with here, Christina, go for it.
I'm really having trouble, and it's not dealing with this. I'm having trouble identifying my target market. And I don't know why it's been so hard. I'm going through your book over and over and over again, and I'm trying to do, I'm doing the exercises. I just keep getting stuck.
Okay.
And I don't know.
No, it's great. Let's get unstuck. The easiest way to think about it is your target audience is you from X number of years ago.
Yes.
So whatever you were struggling with, you still may not be completely done struggling with it, but you're further ahead than you were before. And there's millions of people right now who are stuck on that same thing. Like whatever you struggled through, you're here now. There's millions of people who are stuck with that same thing and they need your help. So your target audience is you, the younger you, the less experienced you, the less wise you, the you who didn't have any hope. That's your target audience.
Yeah. I guess and I saw someone in the comment was saying the one word. And I know yours is belief. And then we talked about Howard Schultz and his is love. And and I was like, it's really what I drilled it down to was faith, because it's trust and belief at the same time. But then my thing is also accompanying that with working and doing. But I don't know why I'm just stuck. I don't know.
Well, listen, faith is great. Faith is a great word if that's what really feels core to you. But everybody needs faith. So you're going to be on a mission to spread faith to the world. I mean, one for yourself, like you still need more faith in yourself to get to the next level of Christina, and it's spreading faith to the world and the people around you. But who are you going to spread it to? Well, it's the people who are struggling. Like, think about the people who have zero faith, who are struggling with the thing you struggled through. When did you feel the least amount of faith? Like, when did you feel zero faith in the world, in yourself, in the people around you, in your family? Like you had no hope. Whatever you are struggling with at that moment. For me, it was business. Like I didn't believe in myself to be an entrepreneur, and I quit on my business partner. So it's believe, but it's believe inside of entrepreneurship, because that's where I really struggled. So like faith, lack of faith. You had moments in your life where you had zero faith in yourself, or zero faith that things would work out. But inside of what? That's what you want to help people with. Okay.
So mine was in lack of clarity as far as my purpose. I felt like I was called for bigger things than what I was doing. And I knew it was stepping out and pursuing entrepreneurship. But I didn't think that the vision that was given to me, that was just so big, that I was going to be able to get there, because I didn't know how. I didn't know what to do. And I didn't have the faith at that point.
Yeah. Well, here it is. Like, one, you still don't have the faith for the next level, right? Just like I don't believe in myself for the next level. So there's constant work on Christina and your own faith. Like, what does the next level of faith look like for you to continue to step in just at a bigger level, and then helping others get to the level that you're at, because you have a lot more faith in your purpose and what you want to create than you did 5 years ago.
Okay.
Those are the people you're helping. If you want to get a copy of Built to Serve and join us live for our next training with me to ask your questions, you can go get the book right there next to me, right there. I'll see you there. I'll see you to get the book. It's a good one. Much love.